Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Violet, and in today's video I'm so excited to be sitting here with you guys because I'm so excited to introduce this new 3-part series I'm introducing on my channel, which is called the Admissions Chat. I'm literally so excited to just sit here and chat with you guys about my personal admissions process, the application process as a whole, and I also invited some people to speak with you guys about their personal admissions process. So I'm so excited. Honestly, I didn't even think this was gonna happen because summer was really hectic with work and preparing for college and just being so drained, but I'm so excited that it's happening. So I'm honestly really proud of myself that I'm able to put this to fruition. So for over the next few days I will be uploading the series, so stay on the lookout. And in this episode, which is episode 1 of the college admissions chat, I'm going to be speaking with you guys about how I got into UNC. I made a video of my stats, but this one's gonna be a little bit more in depth, and I might read my supplements for UNC and stuff like that, so definitely stick around. I'm so excited. I'm so excited, and I know you guys are excited. I can feel the excitement from across the room. Yeah, without further ado, let's just get right into the video. So now I'm gonna give you guys a formal introduction. So hello, my name is Violet, and I will be attending the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill in the fall. I plan on majoring in public policy, maybe advertising and public relations. We will see what I do, but definitely subscribe to keep up with my journey. I will definitely be vlogging and just sharing my entire UNC journey with you all. Now we're gonna find out how Violet got in, because I still don't know. But I'm gonna be honest, like there are points throughout the submission process where I questioned whether or not I was capable of getting in, but I think now I'm at a comfortable place where I know that I did that, you know, like like I worked hard, I put so much effort into my application, and I deserve it. In my junior year I wasn't even gonna apply. I'm not even gonna lie, I wasn't even gonna apply because I was like, I'm an out-of-state student and I'm not good enough and I'm not getting in. But look at me moving in this week. Look at God. But yeah, so don't doubt yourself if you're thinking about applying to USC. Honestly, I'm not gonna recommend it because I haven't been there, but I'm not gonna discourage you guys from applying, and you know. But yeah, don't doubt yourself, you got this. And if you ever need any help, DM me on Instagram, comment down below. I am here for you 100%. Now I'm first going to talk about why I even applied to UNC. So just a general overview. I wanted to go to a big state school, but academics was really important to me. I knew I wanted to go to a top school. I knew that was important to me. That's why I applied to schools like UMich, UNC, UVA. That was the type of vibe I was going for. I definitely wanted a big balance, a balance of my social life and academics. I wanted to be in a college town. I can't wait to be in Chapel Hill. And I also really love sports, and I wanted to go to a school that has great school spirit. And I'm so excited to be attending, you know, the football games, basketball games, all that fun jazz. So that's why I applied. Why I attended, you can check out my college reveal video, but honestly I just felt like I needed to go. I felt like God was really telling me to go, and I think the way things lined up, it was like, yeah, Violet, you're going. I think the financial aid was one big thing. I was scared of going into massive debt. My initial aid from UNC was terrible, but then I appealed my aid and they said, yeah, we'll give you more money. And I'm here today. Hey, look at God. So now kind of going into my application, like I actually have like my common application pulled up right here. So we're gonna spill the tea on exactly what did I submit. So some background information. I'm a first-generation American and a first-generation college student, which is a big part of my identity, who I am as a student and as a person. I'm obviously Black, if you guys couldn't tell, and my parents immigrated from Jamaica, so I'm a Jamaican American. I am from Queens, New York, so I am an out-of-state student. I live in a 2-parent household, and I have 2 siblings. And I also went to just a regular Queens public school, and my GPA that I applied with was a 94.89, and my mid-year report was like a 95.80, and the end of the year final transcript was a 95.81. But if you want to know more about my stats and stuff like that, just check out my what's that video? My stats video. But I will say I wasn't a straight A student. I wasn't a perfect student. I did make mistakes here and there, but I think growth was what helped me out. From my junior year on, I got straight A's, and I think that was really important. and just showing kind of my academic growth and just how I developed as a student. So if you get like a B here and there, don't kill yourself over it. There's other parts of your application that can kind of make up for that. I did apply test optional, so I'm glad that worked out for me because I wasn't sure how that was gonna play out. Now, in terms of my extracurriculars, I'm not gonna go over every single thing that I did, but I am going to highlight just a few extracurricular activities that I think were most meaningful. So I'd say the number one was probably Key Club. I was in it for 4 years. I had many leadership positions. I was in the committee board my sophomore year. I mean, the way it works is like from like April to April, like for example, like April 2018 to April 2019, like that's your entire service year. But I'm just gonna say my sophomore year I was in the committee board, my junior year I was secretary, and then my senior year I was president. And I was president during a pandemic, which is definitely really hectic and crazy. Also, I was a part of a competitive step team for 6 years of my life, which was definitely really impactful, and the things that I was able to accomplish within that was also really impactful. And I was also on the varsity lacrosse team for 3 years. Obviously, you know, COVID happened, so. But I think one of the other biggest things that really stood out in my opinion was my internship with my local state senator. As I said before, I applied as a public policy major, so I definitely think that having kind of that like work experience in something that I'm interested in doing was really impactful, and I even mentioned it in one of my supplemental essays. And as I said before, if you guys want to check out more of my stats, definitely go watch that video. I'll link it down below. And now for my personal statement, if you guys want a video on that, let me know, but I really don't plan on, you know, reading it because I talked about Key Club, and don't get me wrong, I loved Key Club and I had an amazing time, but being a Black member in Key Club, where I was one of the few in my school, not many in my division, it was difficult. I mean, I managed it and it was just kind of like, it was what it was. But I kind of wrote about me running for president and kind of the challenges that kind of came with, because I wasn't even planning on running for president, but then I did, and then kind of just honestly, I guess people did doubt me. I was unsure if I was even gonna win president, and it's a big deal. Like, Key Club is a big part of my life, and I talked about some of the things that people have done, have said towards me, just in general, that kind of impacted my view on diversity in this club as a whole. And I'll only read the last part. As I said before, like, if you want me to read it, I will, because if y'all want me to read it, I will. But the last part of my essay says, on Valentine's Day, I received a message saying, congratulations. In spite of the adversity and the expectation of failure, I had won. I know that I will probably be the only Black woman in many rooms, but my experience in Key Club has prepared me to make a place for myself at any table. So also in this essay, I talked about my goals for the club and for my community, and how I really pushed throughout this election process to increase diversity, to actually make change in my community and within the club. So I feel like that's also something that really helped me in my essay, just showing that, like, I'm a go-getter, like, I'm gonna get what I want and I'm gonna grind for it and I'm gonna push for it no matter what happens. I think definitely perseverance is key. Depending on what you write your essay on, like, sometimes a sob story isn't what's gonna sell it. Like, sometimes it's just showing that you have a passion and you're gonna push for it. Now, my additional information section, I don't remember if I talked about it in my stats video, but I basically wrote like a small essay. It was for Miami, but obviously I took it out and then used it for other schools. But the title is on sailing my own ship, and it was just basically about my family and some issues that I had going on. The last sentence of that essay is, I know that no matter who rocks my boat, I am equipped with the discipline to move forward and succeed. So I just wrote about my family stuff. Yeah. And then I also included just some awards that I was not able to fit in the awards section that I got from STEP. I also included the link to the document that I had, I guess, for my legislative research project for my internship with my local senator, which was about diversity inclusion in New York City public schools. And basically it was like a legislative like proposal, I guess you can say, kind of what I want to see in my community. So now getting into the UNC specific application. So I applied early action for the fall of 2020. Honestly, if you're applying to UNC, I recommend applying early action. I mean, I think they only have like accepted, waitlisted, or rejected no matter what, I'm pretty sure. But I think applying early action increases your chances. I don't know for sure, but yeah. So I applied as a public policy major as my academic interest number 1, and then for 2 and 3 it was African American and diaspora studies, and 3 was social and economic justice. It definitely kind of reflects the classes that I'm taking this semester, because I am taking a policy, introduction to policy class, and I also am taking introduction to African American and diaspora studies. and I'm even taking a first year seminar within the English department that's called Black Masculinity and Femininity, which I'm really excited about. And I also did include my resume because I had just updated it and like made it new, so I included it. Now we're gonna get into the supplemental essays. So I just want to preference in saying I'm not an amazing writer by any means, and also because the application deadline was October 15th, my essays have definitely grown and evolved. Like literally my second essay, I used it for multiple schools, so I definitely elevated it more. I just want to say, yeah, I haven't read this in a minute, so I'm gonna read it for you guys. So the first prompt that I wrote about was expand on an aspect of your identity, for example your religion, culture, race, sexual or gender identity, affinity group, etc. How has this aspect of your identity shaped your life experiences thus far? Now this essay was new and it was added after the murder of George Floyd. I don't know if they're having it this year, but I'll link down below the supplements for this year. So the essay goes as this. Don't judge me, y'all. My parents have provided me with many cultural gifts, from great Jamaican food to music, church, and community. However, the cultural divide makes it difficult to see eye to eye on many issues. Why would you want to buy a pair of jeans that are already ripped? You can rip them yourselves. I remember my mom saying, my parents didn't understand the importance of after-school activities and they gave me a strict curfew. They never took us to movies because they thought the movie theaters were unsafe, and besides, you already had cable and Netflix at home. We rarely went on family vacations because they didn't want to take time off of work, but they never trusted hotel rooms. Needless to say, having strict Jamaican parents while growing up American was definitely a defining experience that has shaped the way I look at life. But as I reflect on how I was raised, I'm thankful for everything my parents have done, even if it seems strict or unfair. I used to be embarrassed that I was the child of immigrants, but I am proud to be the product of two amazing parents. The values that they instilled in me, like hard work and accountability, have given me a good head on my shoulders and the discipline to thrive on my own without being led astray. Being Jamaican American has given me the empathy to understand other perspectives even if I disagree with them. Oh, that was good. Kind of like how I tied it in. But that was that essay. Wasn't that bad as I thought it was gonna be. And the next prompt is, if you can change one thing about where you live, what would it be and why? That one I struggled with a lot. I was like, I don't know. I don't know. But here's what I wrote. Queens, New York is one of the most ethnically diverse places on the planet. But while my neighbors, the bus drivers, and small business owners are representative of such diversity, my experience in the classroom is not. At school, I did not see myself represented in any of my history courses. The history I was taught glamorized the experience that many people had to overcome. States' rights were emphasized while 100 years of Jim Crow was a mere footnote. Memphis Destiny did not include the grim destiny of the native tribes. The curriculum was not equipped to include students of all backgrounds. During my internship at NYS, New York State Senator John, that's who I work for now, Senator Leroy Comrie's office, I had the opportunity to propose a piece of legislation, the New York City Diversity and Inclusion Initiative. This initiative proposed a proper diversity and inclusion training for all teachers and administration, expanding the curriculum to explore different topics while educating students on the past and current problems our nation faces, putting into place a disciplinary board to decide the consequences for those who disrupt the values of diversity and inclusion in each school, and provide extra resources for low-income school districts. Through this project, I was able to explore issues I see within my community and suggest ways to fix it. Majoring in public policy at UNC will offer me the opportunity to participate in UNC Roosevelt Institute, where I'm ready and excited to discuss community issues and conduct research that will help communities like mine. So as you see, I kind of added that little part, kind of connecting my passion and my goals to UNC and what I want to do when I get there, and how UNC will help me, and kind of connecting those two together. So these essays, they weren't phenomenal by any means, but I think they were good enough to kind of articulate my goals and my passions and why I wanted to go to UNC in the first place. And they also had like a section where you can like list any like courses that you took at like a local college or university or whatever. And at that time I did take one philosophy course, and I put that, and I put my grade was an A for that course, and that was honestly it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. What may get me in may not get you in, and every application is completely different, so I hope you guys truly understand that. And yeah, I'm so excited. So thank you guys so much for tuning into episode 1, and I'm so excited to see you guys for episode 2. Bye guys.